Hi, I'm Irving. Welcome to Captain Model, the superhero show for people who aren't all that interested in the superhero.
And now back to Shazam!
A father and son have just returned from a bike ride on the beach.
There you go. Did you have a good time, huh? Wait a minute. Didn't you have a good ride? A little shy, huh?
Look, mister,
Wait a minute. I got something that just might change that.
There are lots of reasons why I hate it when people interrupt me. This is one of those reasons. They miss essential information. If this guy had listened for a few more seconds, he could have saved himself some embarrassment.
Huh? Look at that, huh? How about that?
And now he's setting the boy up for heartbreak because we all know what happens next.
I'm sorry, son. A dog is a big responsibility, and I think we both agree you're not ready for that.
Nice going, dude. Next time, give him a candy bar or a toy, not a living creature. Because you never know when that might happen. Not too far away, Billy and Mentor are playing chess while Mentor makes some food when a call from the elders brings everything to a stop.
You'll make a fine chess player, Billy. You have great patience, and you think before you act.
They call to critique his chess playing? Must be a really slow day in Elderland.
But learning them is not enough. You must also teach them.
But it won't be easy, for there are those who speak but do not hear, and those who hear but do not speak.
Well, I'm not sure I understand.
You will, Billy. You will.
Sometimes these guys are as useful as a third left foot. Billy gives his best, shrug and heads down the beach to ponder it.
Are you all right?
The boy has gotten himself and the puppy into a bit of a situation because he doesn't understand how tides work. Billy wades out and rescues them. Back at the motorhome, the boy is out of the wet clothes and into one of Billy's trademark red shirts. Yes, Billy has 37 shirts and they're all exactly alike. Got a problem with that?
My name is Billy, and I want to help you. I'm glad you can understand me. Now help me to understand you. Your puppy trusts me. How about you trusting me too?
He produces a piece of paper with a name and phone number on it. Mentor calls his dad and he comes a-running.
Thank you. Howard's never run away before.
We now know his name is Howard, and maybe he ran away because that puppy is something he really needs. That could be worth exploring.
Has Howard always been unable to talk?
No. He used to be just like any other boy. He played second base. About 2 months ago, they began putting up an apartment building near our house. There was a lot of construction going on. I told Howard not to play there. It was dangerous. A few days later, he didn't come home for dinner. I went looking for him. He'd talked his friends into going back to the building. One of them had fallen into a trench, and the dirt had caved in on him. We dug him out. He was all right. Howard wasn't. He felt responsible for what had happened. He hasn't spoken since.
And you know what? Letting him interact with an example of unconditional love, like, maybe a puppy, could go a long way toward helping him overcome the guilt and get his voice back. Pet therapy wasn't a thing yet, but I would hope the effect that dog is having on Howard already might stimulate a few brain cells in somebody.
Well, thanks again for your help. Oh, and about your shirt.
Hey, that's okay. Let him keep it.
He has 36 more just like it. It won't be missed.
You take care of yourself, Howard. And the next time we meet, I expect to see some really fine tricks from that dog of yours, hmm?
That's not Howard's dog. We just borrowed him. Now we're taking him back.
Bad idea, Sam. Look closely at your son. Look what he just did for the sake of that dog. Pay attention. He doesn't go straight back to the bike vendor. He stops off at a nearby ghost town instead.
We sure used to have some fun here. Remember when you thought ghosts were in Ghost Town? I must have told you 100 stories about this old place. Come on, let's take a walk, for old time's sake.
We'll never come out and say it, but I think he's stalling. He can see what that puppy means to Howard, and he's putting off the separation as long as he can.
Looks like an old mining shaft.
No, don't get any closer.
Looks a little shaky. Look at that old building over there. Let's go take a look at that.
Sam runs to his truck and gets some rope.
I'll get him, son. I understand. The way you feel about that puppy is the way I feel about you.
I think something just clicked in Sam's brain. I see a 112% chance that Howard will be keeping the puppy after this. Sam ties the rope off to that building nearby, lets himself down into the shaft, and gathers up the puppy. Okay, he got the clue. The boy can keep the puppy. He doesn't need a building to fall on him. He's not hurt, but he needs Howard to go get Billy and Mentor. Howard puts the puppy in the bed of the pickup, and for some unknown reason it stays there while he runs off.
Howard, what are you doing here? Where's your father? No, wait, just a second. Something's wrong.
Who gave you the first clue, Sherlock? Time for Billy to do what he does best.
Shazam!
What Billy does best is turn into somebody else. Imagine putting that on your resume. Captain Marvel takes off flying even though he has no idea where to go or what the situation is.
Anybody there?
Holy.
Good thing he has super hearing, I guess. He lands, pinpoints the source of the shouts, and goes to work. When the building facade is back in place, he sees to Sam.
Howard, look.
Daddy!
Wonder Woman did an episode very similar to this one with a child who didn't speak until his dad was in danger. I wonder if it was a deliberate ripoff.
Well, I have a feeling that Howard's learned more than just how to speak again. I think he's found out that often out of love and devotion, parents have to say no to their children.
Yes, and when they do, they usually have a very good reason.
But he's also learned that no doesn't always mean permanent no, because everybody knows he's keeping the dog.
You better go get your dog.
Yes, your dog.
Told you.
Have you got a good name for him?
How about Spot?
Okay, I'll buy that.
You know, Mentor, if I didn't know you better, I'd say that you have a tear in your eye.
It's ridiculous. But cinder, possibly. But a tear?
Once again, we saw Captain Marvel struggling a little to lift that building. As I researched the character, I've learned that the canonical Captain Marvel doesn't have unlimited strength. He has the strength of Hercules. That means he's super strong, but he does have limits, just as Hercules did. As far as I can remember, that's never been made clear in this series, but there's no need to. He's getting the job done and saving the day, that's what counts. If he puts a little sweat equity into it, so what? I do like that we're subtly honoring that part of the character and not making him a Superman clone. And we dads learned the most important lesson of all. If your kid falls in love with a puppy, just say yes. I'm Irving, and I'll see you next time on Captain Shazam.